Good morning and welcome. Today is April 2nd, 2017, and welcome to your first Super Safety meeting of the year. Today's the start of our new fiscal year for this week, and just as an aside, it's also 25% of the way through 2017. So it's kind of a little reminder that the days and weeks and months add up and time goes by quickly. So make the most of what we're doing every day, and that's part of my message today to everybody, in that let's make the most of it, and as we raise the bar. So a couple weeks ago I sent out a little letter to everybody, and if you haven't seen that yet, I encourage you to talk to your supervisor, and I hope that's posted around all the plants, and so everybody can see it and talk about it. And the message is raising the bar on safety, and raising the bar on everything, on everything now what we're doing. And so one of the things I've said in there is that ask some questions of yourself, and it is of do you like your job, and do you love your job? Do you love what you're doing? Do you like what the company is and what we stand for and how we do it? If you do, and I hope you do, great. Then let's do it the absolute best way we can. If you don't really like your job, and you don't really, or you're not really into it, maybe you ought to go do something else, and maybe we ought to reevaluate that, because what we need, what LG Everest needs, and what we need to keep getting better is a group of employees that care about each other and are here to do a good job every day. And I would say, by and large, for the most part, we really do have that. And I just want to keep building on that momentum. So that's the first thing. The second thing I want to talk about is that, in the last 3 months, we've had three really pretty serious incidents. And I want to make sure everybody is aware of those, and we're going to talk about them a little bit here. But so a couple months ago, we had a fire in Summit. We burned down the shop building, and it was an oxygen acetylene hose that must have blown up, and that building was engulfed in flames in a matter of minutes, and it burned down. Luckily, no one was hurt, and we'll move on from that, but we're going to learn a lesson from that. Number two, about a month ago, we had a railroad derailment, and in the course of of sorting out the derailment and trying to figure out how to best tackle the repairs, we had a DNI employee fall off a bridge, and luckily was not hurt again, but shouldn't have done it. There wasn't a clear path. There wasn't a good walkway. It was known to be a hazard, and could have been averted had he gone around. But again, hopefully we learned something that he again no long-term injury, but that could have been a fatality. He shouldn't have done that. Number three, we had in just the past week or two here, we've had in a switching operation at one of our sites, employee got out of a locomotive and didn't set the brake, and the locomotive rolled away, and rolled a little ways, ran into the next car down the road a little bit, but it didn't, again, no one was hurt, no real damage on that, but that could have been another instance that could have been really pretty tragic. So the sum result of all that, and I want everybody to know, is that those that were involved in those three incidents all had a little time off, and had time to reflect on that, had time to come back and talk to the crew about what they did, and how we're going to not do that again. So we reserve the right at all times to let people go, to give them time off, to enforce our safety rules. And we're tightening that up a little bit, and this goes along with my whole the safety committee and the company philosophy of just raising the bar. We're raising the bar, raising the standards, raising the expectations that we've got rules for a reason. And so we're going to talk about that some more today, and everybody's aware of it. And we're not doing this as a threat. We're not doing this to put a big cloud over anything. But it's just, we've got rules and regulations and procedures in place, and we really need everybody to follow them because it is dangerous. What we're doing every day is dangerous. So let's talk about that. Let's raise the bar. Let's talk about our expectations, and let's have a safe year. Because that, at the end of the day, that's all we really want. And I would be the most proud, aside from everything else, is just to say we've had 100% accident-free, injury-free, the absolute safest workforce and the safest company in the industry. So let's get at it. Happy New Year, and let's get to work. Thank you.